birthday!
Welcome back to Cover Dish, the show where we cook it up and eat it. How may I direct your call? God, it feels good to
Happy
say that again.
birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. You look ravishing,
Happy
Peruche.
birthday. Hit the high note.
What are you wearing? Who are you wearing? What is he wearing? What is that?
I just
Is
stepped
that
out. I just stepped out of the tub and I thought I'd wrap a nice little Arctic Fox stole over my décolletage to keep it
I
warm.
th- I think all stoles are male.
Yeah. Well, I
They
mean,
just
I don't know what the French word for stole is, but it's certainly gendered, so you might be
Yes,
right.
it feels hypergendered. So
And,
loving this.
oh,
Oh,
Part two, we have a
yes.
hydrangea portrait collar fantasy. And it was actually really hard to find an outfit that I haven't yet worn on Cover Dish, but I came through just in time for the birthday girl, just for you. Well,
Girl. Oh my
just for me.
God. Yes, yeah, this is for me for sure. You can tell.
Step back and give you the full moment. Uh, 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 uh.
Wow. What a
Mm,
full look at
mm.
that.
It's
Oh, is she?
princess seams that go all the way down to a nice like ankle length, and it pops a nice
Oh,
collarbone.
it really does. That cut at the top is perfect for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the back.
Thank you. It's a very simple shell of a dress, but you know what I mean. There's not a lot of detailing on it, but I think it really lets the dramatic portrait collar kind of shine through.
Right. I was like, you can't. It's kind of perfect that it lets it have the moment.
Yeah, it lets her have the moment. It reminds me of one of those like fashion magazines from the 50s where you just layer things on top of like a nice, simple patterned uh, gown. So here we are.
Oh my God. Do you remember those ads for patterns?
I surely
Like
do.
the ads for like, I always remember we would like have magazines in like theater with like the patterns in them, and they'd be like, well, it's from this magazine. And I'm like, what fucking century is this?
They still have, I mean, not the magazines, but they still sell the patterns, at like Joanne Fabrics, and they still look like there is sort of an aesthetic that is held on
Mm-hmm.
to, that
Mm-hmm.
sort of like seamstress aesthetic, like make your own clothes. It's really a lost art. I am not a
Yeah.
seamstress. I know how to sew a pillowcase, and that's about it.
Honestly, the world needs pillowcases.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
for it.
girl, listen, I want to tell you something, okay? We are two women. I, that's
Two,
it.
two,
I just want to let the truth be told finally. We are two women. No,
we're just two career girls.
yeah, wrap it up. No, we are two women that cannot be bothered with things like facts, stats, and figures, although we have been known to draw a graph when necessary. Okay?
Only when necessary. Yeah.
We are just two curmudgeonly millennials with 5 things going for us. Okay? We have 5 things. All right? We have an inquisitive spirit. We have a penchant for the theatrical. We have a complete lack of shame.
Facts.
We have a pathological need for attention. And we have the commitment to show up here every Tuesday night or Thursday when we feel like it to inflict our opinions on all of you. And for that, we thank you.
What a list. What a laundry list of excellence.
That's my... Oh, that's great. That's the thumbnail. I don't know if I'm waving or like, yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm like, are you? I'm.
It's the Queen's wave,
I thought it was this way. Why is she waving this way?
You can do it for longer. It doesn't tire at the wrist. Girl, she's, because the Queen is not... She's not...
Yeah, she's busy.
Like, she doesn't have the, how snakes unhinge their jaws to feed?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
gays
yeah.
unhinge their wrists to live. And if you don't have the flexion and the soft cartilage, like, you might damage something.
Oh my God, have you heard that the corgis are barking and the person who's watching them thinks that they're barking at the queen?
Oh, I love that.
Her ghost?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. They
I
should
know. I
get.
love that they are mad at her ghost.
They
Like, it
should.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. They like. Could you stop? Could you stop being here in the palace? They should get a team of paranormal investigators. Like that would be great TV.
Mm.
It's called Tracking Down the Queen.
Yes. Yes. I'm trying to think of a good queen ghost. Ghost queen. Ghost. Anyways, a ghost in the castle.
Yeah.
We've gone too far.
I'm not. I don't regret it.
Not one bit. Girl, what are we talking about tonight?
We are talking about sharing. I legitimately actually forgot. I had to remind myself. We're talking about that mug. I love that color accent with that black turtleneck. This is very LinkedIn.org.
Oh, thank you. Wait, hold on. Let me pose. Ready?
Yeah, that's great. I feel like if you had if you had a serious face and you were holding the mug should just say like inspiration. Yeah.
Hashtag girl boss. Anyway.
Gaslight. Gatekeep. Girl boss. So we're talking about sharing. Sharing is a thing that we do from time to time because we have to, in order to sustain the life that we've built around us that relies on other people.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
I love that. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Girl, what do you struggle with sharing the most and what do you love sharing?
The first one was, what do I not like to share?
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I feel like some people are really good at sharing certain things and then other people, you know what I mean? Like we all have kind of our things where it's like, that's mine and you can't touch it.
Okay, well, I know this is cheating a little bit, but I'm going to start with the like. I really...
Oh,
I'm flipping the script because it's my birthday. So what I really like to share is like really intimate details and like emotional truths about myself with people I hardly know. I love to do it, and it's very off-putting to people.
I love having it happen, like in a situation where like you don't know anyone. You have done this at like my family weddings. Like Eileen has a gift of being like, let's go deeper, and like they don't even know your last name.
Yeah, like when I was 3, I disappointed my parents, and I've been dealing with it ever since. Like just stuff like that, you know. And
you're like, sir, how did you get this number?
And I'm just like, how about you? Care to share? And they're like, no, I don't know who you. I don't know who you are. I think that's why I love tarot, though, is because I love that sort of like, let's peel the layers back and see what's in there. You know, let's get into it. But
let's dig around, see what we can find.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna get you. But you know what I don't like to share?
What?
And this is bringing it back around to the subject matter of this program that we are wont to discuss. I don't like to share partners or men. Or me or just men. I don't like to share them. I don't.
Bold.
Yeah. And let me clarify, because I am also a human who is in an open relationship, and this is different. What I mean is not my primary, because my primary and I, like, we're open. We have this set of boundaries. We've discussed things. Like, what we got is like, it's a very established, understood, negotiated thing, and it's on a foundation of a lot of trust. What I'm referring to is specifically when you are in a casual or an informal friends with benefits situation, and you know someone else who is also actively with that person. Like, I'm just not a big fan of that situation. So I don't know how to say that. Fair. I don't know how to say that in a succinct way, but like, if we've both already been with this person and it's in the past, like it's done, love that. Because let's rip the person to shreds. Let's share stories, whatever. Like, there's no pressure there. There's no sort of like opportunity for awkwardness. But if we're like both in it, then it's like, I don't want to share notes.
Yes. 100%. 100% agree.
Yeah. I don't want to share notes, and I don't want things getting back to that person, because you never know. Like, so you're talking to Cheryl and she said that you don't like my crooked dick. I don't know.
Elbows.
Here
we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like that's one of the challenges, right? Is, you know, and I think this is actually more common in like queer relationships and queer partnerships and queer friend groups because there's more of us. Or I'm sorry, there's less of us. Right?
I was gonna say, yeah.
Like, I was just talking to someone and they're like, oh my God, you know, so many like lesbians I know are friends with their exes. And I'm like, yeah, because there's like no one left. Like, this is it, right? So if you're looking for like queer folks who are well adjusted, who are out.
Well, and what are we gonna do? Not go to slammers? Like, there's only so many. Yeah, right. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm not serious. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It was just an example. Yeah, cut the cameras, dead ass. It's like there's only so many places we can go, and we're gonna run into people that we've dated.
Right.
It's just a reality.
Right. So it's like that's hip hop. So I think it's also like, you know, okay. Oh my God. I have to tell you. So there is this woman in Columbus who's absolutely delightful, but she's femme. She considers herself a performer of sorts. Like, I'll leave it general. When I say
she considers herself a performer, there's a lot to unpack there.
So I don't want to like, if I say what she does, people will know. So fair. I'm just trying to like keep it.
Yes. Fair.
General.
Fair.
And thank you for pointing out, because you know me so well, the shade I just threw.
It's okay. We're not going to use her name.
Anyways, when I say like I date, so there's only so many butch women in Columbus, or butch women / non-binary people / trans men that were in this particular pool at this particular time, which, spoiler alert, Dish viewers, those are my type. So, okay, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
so on the like
review our past episodes if you'd like to know more, because we get into it. So
gender range just has to be less femme than me is really it. So in that scale, every person I dated within like 6 months, they would date them, or like I dated a couple of their exes. Like, it was just fun. It was crazy. The whole thing was crazy. And like my exes absolutely talk shit about me to her. And her exes absolutely talk shit about her to me. So then we're like interacting in pretty innocuous performer ways, kind of like the ways we talked about last week backstage.
You mean like gluing each other's pasties on?
Similar energy. Yes. Less glue on my nipples than anticipated. Which that's the name of my memoir. But and we are coming at each other with the energy of like Penny on a bad day. Like, we're just like, you know what I mean? Because we're bringing all this in.
Consternation. So one night, and some constipation.
Yells. And neither of us obviously like to share. But anyways, one night I was like, I looked at her, I sent her over a bourbon, and I was like, we need to talk. And I was like, I don't have a problem with you. And she's like, well, I don't have a problem with you. I was like, no, for real. Like, can we just, you know what I mean? And I initiated it. I don't know if it went anywhere. I don't know if we got anywhere with it. I think we did. But now we see each other out. And we do that fake femme hug thing. But
hold on. Is this a porno? Because you just described like the two fighters, like the porn with the two fighters are the wrestlers, and then they're like competing, but then all of a sudden it turns sexy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was like you had like a spaghetti western showdown, and the tumbleweed just like bounced across the bar, and you were like, I'm gonna talk to you about that handsome face you got. That is hilarious.
But it's like two femmes, so even if we hooked up, it would just be like two salmon swimming upstream and like hitting each other. Like, no one's getting anything good out of it.
I know it well. I was in that situation once myself, and it is just sort of like it's seal applause.
It's a seal. Yeah. So, anyways, I say to say, like, you know, sharing in general is complicated, and it's more complicated in the queer realm.
Realm.
It is. Queer realm.
It is. I'm just going to say it is.
I don't like sharing. No, either. I'm trying to think what I like sharing. If I can be totally honest, snacks. But I just...
Except with me. You love sharing snacks with me.
I love sharing snacks with you.
Yeah, because I'm almost to your house, and there's like 3 boards of charcuterie already
No.
overflowing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
No,
that's
different.
also sort of like hosting and like,
Yes.
taking care of people. Like you do like to do that. But
I
if
don't
I
like
was
when
gonna
I'm.
reach into your
Yes.
purse and be like, "Hey,
Exactly.
I'm gonna have some of your pistachios," you'd be like, "Ah."
Yes.
Yeah.
No. I love hosting. I'm not like a monster. I especially know you pointed out that like when I'm traveling, like I have a certain amount of snacks. Like I pack proteins, I pack fats, I pack carbs, I pack vegetables.
Yeah.
I pack vegetables when I travel. So like if someone's like, "Oh, those cashews look good," I'm like,
Yeah.
And you have to share, right?
Yeah.
But then the way
Yeah.
to share is like pour them a few. Because I'm
Right.
like, I'm not giving you the whole bag.
Right. You're like,
Anyways,
ding, 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 like 3, and then you're like, there you go. Let me know if you want more.
exactly.
And then you just
I'm a
glare at them
raging
like,
jerk.
don't ask for more. You know what, Brooke? You and I. This is one place where we absolutely diverge, which is, and I know you think I'm crazy for this, but I never pack any snacks to travel. Not a one. I pack no food.
Fucking insane. You're a sociopath.
I don't
That's
know.
it.
I just never think to do it. It just doesn't seem like. And I know, like, there are situations where I could be caught in a place where I can't just immediately get food. But I'm like, we're in an airport. There's got to be food somewhere. That's what I always think.
But then what if you're on the plane and there's like a flight? Like, what do you do if you're hungry on the plane?
I just don't eat. I just don't get that hungry.
Mm.
I feel broken. Your look is just completely like I've just like my skin has split open and there's just like tentacles coming out and you're just like I don't know what I'm seeing.
My like worst fear. So I had a flight. I don't even remember when. My life is not. It's not healthy. How much I'm on planes. I'm sure they're gonna like tie it
up in the
they're
air.
Gonna tie it to like
Cardis.
Cancer or something. But anyways, so I was on a flight and it was like I had 2 more hours left and I miscalculated my baby food pouches and I like almost had a meltdown.
Put a pin in that.
Okay. No.
Were you flying to space? I don't.
Okay. This is the hill I will die on. In America, 98% of the food you buy in grocery stores is actually microplastics. And I'm not joking, like all this shit and processed food. The one thing this country still watches at like overall is baby food. And they sell those little pouches and it's like sweet potato, carrot and apple. And it's all blended and it's in a little 90-calorie pouch.
Right,
and when you're traveling and you just eat it. But when you're traveling, it's one of the only things you can get that is actually just what it says. There's no added sugars. There's no added, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I eat a fair amount of baby food on the road is what I'm saying.
True confessions.
And frankly, it doesn't sound like you'd want to share that. So I'm not worried about it.
You cracked the code. You figured it out, Brooke.
You're going to be jealous of my baby food someday. I haven't figured out when.
That day's coming around the corner because Mama's about to hit 34, so,
Your blood sugar is going to drop and you wish I was with you.
Oh. Girl, can I tell you about my food poisoning story?
Yes.
So, I got food poisoning. I had a bad chicken tender and I was throwing up for 10 hours and then I couldn't sleep for those 10 hours. Yeah, I wasn't throwing up for all 10 hours, but I was like nauseous and throwing up for at least like every hour on the hour through the night and then feeling sick the next day and rejecting food. And the only thing I could eat the next day, I had Gatorade. That was the only thing I put into my body other than water the next day. That Amanda got me, so bless her. She came to the room and was like, here's your Gatorade, go back to bed.
Oh my God.
Thanks, girl. And then I woke up and I was craving M&Ms. It's the only thing I thought I could eat. Which is weird, because M&Ms aren't even that good, right? But I was like, a little crunchy, a little sweet. There's nothing much to them. They'll just go down like, they'll just sit in there. I don't know what I'm trying to describe for you. But I was like, I'm going to get out of bed, put on my little slippers, and shuffle down to the front desk and have M&Ms. And it was like running the gauntlet with no obstacles. Because I was putting one foot in front of the other, and I was like, at any moment, like, that's it.
You're just going to fall over. Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm going to fall over and puke. So I got down to the front lobby, and they had a lovely Snickers, they had a lovely Three Musketeers, they had a bunch of, I didn't want anything salty, so none of that
No.
chip crap.
No,
Um,
no, no, no.
Not an M&M to be found. And I thought, you know what? In Biden's America, if we can, if we can't get an M&M, I was
In a hotel in Lima, Ohio. What are
Yeah.
we doing with our lives?
yeah, totally. So, not my proudest moment, but I did get through it, and I don't know what that has to do with sharing, but thanks for listening.
You're
I feel much
welcome.
better now, just in time for my birthday.
One of the things I think about with sharing is like sharing information and sharing secrets. And I love you, girl, but I know when it comes to you and I, anyone who tells me anything, just if you're watching, Eileen knows if you told me. But I love this
We're a
rule
package
that one of
deal.
yeah, but I love this rule one of my friends has, and she told me the second I moved in with her, and it's not Eileen, obviously, because I also lived with Eileen. But she said, "Look, I'm very close with my sister, so close, in fact, that if you share something with me and you want me to keep it a secret,
Mm-hmm.
you have to say, keep it a secret, and I will,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to add." Also from my sister, because that's how much I tell her everything. So if you say keep it secret, I'm going to assume I can at least tell my sister. And I was like, well, that's amazing. Thank you for telling me these fabulous boundaries. Because it's like, people are like, oh, I keep it a confidant, whatever. Like you tell your best friend or your significant other or whatever. And there's kind of an expectation, right? You tell someone something and then their significant other will likely know about it.
Yeah.
But like, I do think there's something to be said about like, what it's like as an adult, like sharing information and sharing secrets, where I think when I was younger, I was just like, oh yeah, I won't tell anybody, but, and it's like, I likely will. So let me just tell you who I'm going to tell.
I probably will.
Like, it's going to be Eileen, and
Yeah.
she will probably know, because if it's affecting my life, I will probably tell her.
Yeah, we also talk to each other a lot, like not just on the dish. So, and I love that about us. But I'm here, and I'm me, and I want that. Brooke, have we talked about secrets on Covered Dish? Because that's a great topic. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
If we have. Just scroll back.
You know what we haven't talked about?
Oh, lamps.
Lamps.
That's not true, because I don't remember which episode, but one of the thumbnails of our videos is you doing that with a lamp.
Without hotel lamps.
Yes. One might call it a menagerie
Of lamps.
of lamps.
A lamp menagerie. No, didn't work. Move on. Cut in post.
The glass lamp menagerie.
A great play.
Girl, you know what I'm excited about sharing?
Tell me.
Drinks with you right after this.
Ah!
Got him!
Yes, dear viewers, I am technically in Columbus. So obviously some opportunities to see me that I want to shamelessly plug. On Thursday at 6:00 and 8:30, I have a show with producer and host Travis Haywisher at Lawbird called Stand Up from the Waist Up, where I think I do comedy from behind the bar.
I mean, I'm going to be at the bar, so I love that.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Yeah.
So please come through if you're in Columbus. And if you're not in Columbus, which frankly, I mean, in this weather, I don't blame you. I'll be in Miami at Savage Labs on March 23rd, and I'll be in Wilton Manors in Fort Lauderdale, the gay area. They're letting the gay women do a show one night because it's Women's History Month, and that's March 25th.
Special interest.
You have 3 chances to see me, 3 different cities this month. So what are you doing with your life? And if you're not in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, or Columbus, fly there for one of my shows, because that's how dedicated you should be to your casual fandom.
Yeah. And also watch us online, because frankly, this is a gift from us to you.
Girl! Oh, cool. I love that. Okay.
I don't do this for me. I do this for attention.
I love that. I will say other things I'm weird about sharing. I have some weird things. I don't let anyone drive my car.
Oh, yeah. You know what? We've had that in the beginning of our relationship too, because I really don't care if you know what? I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take it back, Brooke. I'm going to do something I don't do often on this program and take it back. I am okay with my partner driving my car. I would even be okay with you driving my car.
Yeah. Partners are fine.
But anyone else? No. I
No.
don't, I
I
don't
don't know
like
why.
that
I'm
either.
such a control freak.
Well, I'm also like, I didn't have a car. Like, in high school, in college, the first car I got was a 1998 Mercury Villager. So, like,
Oh, I loved that
with
car.
Bessie with 200,000 miles on her within the rusted undercarriage.
Love it.
She and Penny had that in common. But
Rusty undercarriage guy. I'll need a bath.
but it was like it's having a car now. Like I'd like getting a car and having something that's like nice enough that I want to take it to the car wash just feels like really special.
Yeah. It's like a luxury.
Yeah.
I won't do that. I won't share toothbrushes.
No. Who does that? What?
I don't know. Someone out there probably does.
Sorry, earmuffs on you guys and the audience, but like what monster is sharing toothbrushes?
What if you're like traveling and you're stuck and one of you forgot a toothbrush?
We can talk about it. We can talk about it. I don't know. I'm still not on board.
You know what the solution is? Call the front desk. And if you're staying at a hotel where they don't have a spare toothbrush, you need to question your whole life and start again.
Yeah.
Something happened to you.
If they don't have that, then run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I'm overly thrilled about sharing is menstrual products. Like if a woman asks me for a tampon in the bathroom, I'm like, well, yes. I get really jazzed about it.
Yes.
So that's unhealthy. But that's me. I'm like, which one do you want?
Yeah.
I got
you're
regular,
like,
I got light, I got super.
yeah, you're like community aid, and you're just like spraying people with tampons.
Like, yes. I'm like, you want a panty later? Just in case. Like, I love it. I'm just like, I love when people show up for others and I have a chance to do like the bare minimum. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. I love being at a booth at Pride and giving out things. Like, I love sharing the things that don't belong to me, by the way. They belong to whatever,
that's great.
whatever
Yes,
organization I happen, whose table I happen to be standing behind.
You're just like passing it out.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
go on. Yes, you can have a second bracelet, like, but it feels good.
You should try that with tampons. It's very rewarding.
People would get so confused if I gave them a tampon. It'd be like,
first of all, you're in women's restrooms. I think that would be so nice.
Yeah, well,
you should just keep one in there just for like community aid. If they question it and be like, you figure it out.
Well, that'll be what I do if anyone ever like accosts me and it's like, you're in the wrong bathroom. I'll just be like, do you want a tampon? Yeah.
Yes. You know what calms down transphobes? Free menstrual products. Yeah, that's what I hear. We're all gonna be fine. Girl!
I don't know about that, but I love you, girl.
I love you too.
This has been a fabulous birthday evening. So my birthday is actually tomorrow, but, it fell on a Tuesday, so we had to celebrate tonight. So.
Girl.
Before
you go, what is your birthday wish for Covered Dish?
You want to know my birthday wish or my birthday wish for Covered Dish?
Oh, I don't know. Surprise me.
My birthday wish for Covered Dish is that we get... You're going to be so sick of me saying... Yes, it is. That we get to 100 subscribers so we can have that custom URL so I can put our custom YouTube URL on stickers. That's my birthday wish. And because that's...
this lamp... I wonder if this lamp could subscribe.
That lamp was touched by an angel.
I know it is. It's very dramatic.
Yeah. I mean, you can't even see it in the frame for the live stream. But you know what? It's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll fix it.
Cut and post.
Yeah. Oh, girl. I love you. I'll see you in a few minutes.
I love you too.
And I'll
Bye,
see
y'all.
Yeah, and I'll see all you next week. Bye.